Hello, hi, welcome back to Cookie Workshop Part 2. We will be diving into the recipes in this part. तो जो हमने पहला पार्ट में सारे इक्विपमेंट्स देखे उन्हीं का इस्तेमाल करके we will make both the recipes. In today's workshop, we will learn two different recipes of cookies. One is sugar cookies and second is classic choco chip cookies, but it's eggless. Both recipes will be eggless. So in our first recipe, we will be making sugar cookies and shaping it into different characters, and we will be decorating it with royal icing. So I will be also showing you the recipe of royal icing as well. And for the choco chip cookies, we will be making eggless recipe. So I will be showing you how you can easily replace egg in this eggless recipe and how you can get that exactly choco chip style cookies with crispy edges with chewy center. Okay. So before diving into the recipes, I would like to say if you have any queries related to the recipes, feel free to comment down in the comment section. I will reply to each of them so you can get a clear picture about how to work on these recipes. And if you want any equipments which you have missed out in the live, I have linked it below so you can go back to the live and order the same products which I showed you in the live, so you can order it for yourself to make your baking journey more easy and smooth. If you have not seen my previous workshop on tea cakes, I will also mention the link in the description so you can check out the tea cake recipe where I taught you two different types of tea cakes. One was pina colada tea cake, a combination of cocktail which was into a mocktail version where I showed pineapple compote recipe folded into a vanilla sponge with a coconut touch, so it had a good texture and taste of pineapple and coconut. And the second recipe which we dived into for tea cakes was choco walnut tea cake, which was made with rich chocolate and crunchy walnuts. So if you have not watched that recipes, I will link it down in the description. It will be available for the limited period of time, so you can go watch it and note it down and make it for yourself. Now let's dive into our today's recipe. First, we will start with sugar cookies. So once we make our sugar cookies, we will let it set in refrigerator for some time, and then we will be moving on with different parts of the workshop. And for the very first recipe, sugar cookies, let me show you what all ingredients we will be using. Here I have flour, which will be the base of our cookies. Second, as the name suggests, sugar cookies, we will be using powdered sugar. This is very important to use powder sugar, because if you use the granulated sugar, you might not get that rich and creamy taste in the sugar cookies. This will help you in binding as well, and it will not let cookies get melted while baking too much. So powdered sugar is must. Then we will take room temperature butter for the binding of our cookies. Here, I will be adding a secret ingredient which you might not be aware about if you are making sugar cookies at your home. This is cornstarch. Cornstarch helps in binding the shape of the cookies. So when cookies go into the oven, it doesn't get spreaded too much and it holds its shape. So in the sugar cookies, when you are making different shapes and designs, it is very good that if you have added cornstarch, it will hold its shape and you will get exact same shape which you cut it at the beginning while you were rolling the dough. So cornstarch is very important. A small amount of sugar, a small amount of salt just for the taste, and to bind it, make a smooth dough, we will use 1 tablespoon of milk. You can change the ratio if dough is little dry or little wet. Here you might have seen that I have not been using baking powder or baking soda. Primarily, baking powder is used to rise any types of cookies. If you are using baking powder, it is mainly done for raising a cookie, or if you are using it in the cake, it is for leavening. But we don't want our cookies to raise, because sugar cookies are meant to be flat. So you can make a decorative creations on the sugar cookies made with the royal icing or a melted chocolate or with a sugar paste. But it needs to be flat. So we'll not be using baking powder, and baking soda is primarily used to spread the cookies. So here we don't want our cookies to spread more while baking, so we'll not be adding same. But the measurements which I have used over here, will give you a golden brown edged cookie with very creamy and buttery center. So when you will bite into the cookie, you will have a buttery mouth, melt in mouth feel for the cookies. Measurement to the recipe, I have mentioned it in pinned comments, so don't forget to check that out. Now let's start with the recipe. I will mix cornstarch with our sieved flour, give it a little whisk, and keep it aside. Now in a bigger bowl, I will take butter. Make sure you're using room temperature butter. It should not be melted, or it not should be too frozen, or it will be very difficult for you to mix it. Here is powdered sugar. We did our tea cake workshop in Hindi, but many of you guys requested for to go with the English and Hindi version. So here I'm doing it in English and Hindi combination, and I will be adding subtitles to this video so you can easily understand. So if you are working from any part of the world, you can easily access to this recipe, understand it, and make it at your home, because I am on a mission to make you a better baker. Now, before making it creamy or before churning this, I would like to mix this butter and sugar for a little with spatula so it's combined. So when I put my hand blender in it, it will not splatter all the sugar. Once all the sugar gets coated with the butter, we will churn it and make a creamy texture of butter and sugar like we do for buttercream. Sugar and butter has came together. So now we will churn it to make it a little fluffy. You can see it started to aerate. You will just take it together again. If you're making it in the double or triple quantity, you might need to churn it more. Here, because of the time limitation, I'm just taking a small portion. Okay. Now we will start slowly adding our flour into the mixture. Gently fold it. We don't want to overdo it so that the gluten doesn't form. You can see crumbly dough has started to form. Now we will add the rest of our flour. If you have any queries related to this recipe, feel free to comment down. Okay. Now you can see that dough has become crumbly. So we will add small amount of milk into it to bind the whole dough and make a smooth dough. First add small amount of milk only. So if you are adding more amount of the milk at a single time, it might make your dough very loose. So and once milk is added, I will be using my hand to mix the dough so I don't develop too much of gluten while folding it. And with hands, I will be able to quickly knead the dough together. We just have to make it sure that all the dough has come together and make a smooth, soft ball. Okay. Uh, it's not necessary that you will be needing the same amount of milk as I will be needing, because in different parts you have different types of flour. So uh, the capacity to absorb the liquid ingredients by the flour is different in different cities. So it might happen that you might need more amount of milk to form the same texture, or you might need less amount of milk to form the same texture of dough. I will add my remaining milk over here. It's highly recommended to always use gloves when you are directly touching the food, though I will be using or consuming it by myself only. But if you are making it for the customers, make sure to give them complete hygiene. Okay, now see, our dough has all come together. It has formed a soft ball. Let me just scrape off my all the dough from the fingers. Okay, also let me know if you are comfortable in the English or Hindi. Okay, see, it's a soft dough. You can press it. See, it's a soft dough, but we have not done it over. We have not do it too much so that the gluten forms and it will be stretchy. Or when you bake it, it might rise a little or spread. But it's just enough to bind it all together. Now we'll put this dough in refrigerator to set for around 30 minutes. Then we will roll it and again freeze it for some time and then bake it. So I will just keep it aside and put it in refrigerator. If you're not going to use it directly, then you can also freeze it overnight and use it on the next day. But before using it, take it out for 15 to 20 minutes before. Use cling film so it doesn't get too dry. Now we'll move on to our next recipe. Our next recipe is going to be a proper authentic style eggless choco chip cookie, and we'll be making it in a way that it spreads evenly, have a golden brown edge and chewy gray center. So before we just start with the next recipe, I will just clean up my table quickly and start with our second recipe. Now we will dive into the recipe of choco chip cookie. Before we start, let me show you what all ingredients we will be using for the choco chip cookie. Here, the main first ingredient would be all-purpose flour, as it will be giving a body to our cookies. Second, we have butter. We will be using it at room temperature, not too cold, not in the melted form. So it will have the enough amount of spread. It will not make it completely flat cookies. It will give a little bit chunkier cookies. Then we'll be using two different types of sugar. One is brown sugar, and second is white sugar, granulated one. Here, what brown sugar will do is give an distinctive taste of choco chip cookies, as well as it will give that chewy gooey effect to your cookie. The center part, which you feel chewy and it has a really delicious taste to the cookie, is by brown sugar. And the crispy edge and the sides, which gets golden brown and get the crispier edges, is by white sugar. So we'll be using the combination of both in this cookie. Uh, Please avoid the part of the powdered sugar because it will not give the good texture to your cookies. Secondly, we will be using cornstarch. It will be again also helpful to us to keep that center chewy, gooey, and delicious. Then, in this recipe, we don't want our cookie to rise much. We want it to spread little and hold its shape. So we'll be using baking soda in it and salt to taste. And then finally, we will be folding cabbage chocolate in it. So this all ingredients we'll be using for our choco chip cookie recipe. First, I will mix all the dry ingredients together. That will be flour will be mixed with cornflour. Then we will add baking soda to it. Measurement to all the ingredients are available in the pinned comments, so don't forget to check it out. We'll give it a good whisk so all the ingredients are properly mixed. We'll keep this aside. Take another big bowl where I will take butter, brown sugar, white granulated sugar, and first I will mix it little so when we churn it, make it creamy, it won't splatter all the sugar out. There are many versions of this cookies available where people use different types of melted butter and sugars to achieve the texture. But trust me, this will be the perfect recipe which you will get for the choco chip cookie, and every time you can get the exact same result with this recipe. In melted butter recipe, there are high chances that your cookies will spread more if not properly cooled or chilled before baking. Same goes with the powdered sugar part. If you have used powdered sugar, it will not give that crispier edge to the cookie. Now we will churn this. We'll bring it all together. And then again churn it. Now it has got good creamy texture. Now we will add our liquid ingredient, that is milk, to it. You can directly add the amount of milk which I have mentioned in the recipe, and then if after adding the flour, if you require, you can increase the small amount of milk. But probably you will not need lesser amount of milk than given in the recipe. Add this much of the milk and we will use whisk to mix all together. At start, you might feel it curdled, but don't worry, just mix it together properly. I'm not using hand blender or else all the milk would be splattered on me. You see here, all the milk has been absorbed in this sugar butter mixer. It may look little split to you, but trust me, it's going perfectly. Okay, once you reach at this consistency stage, mix it with spatula and slowly start adding your dry ingredients, that is flour mixed with cornstarch, baking soda and salt. Don't add it all once, one at a time. Add first half, then mix it. Then add all the flour. Mix it again. Make sure you don't over mix it or form the gluten in the dough. You can see all the dough has come together. Yes, it will stay in the crumbly form. Now let me add in our chopped chocolates. You can get this Kavach chocolate from Craze, which is owned by me itself. And trust me, this will be the purest form of chocolates you can get. It is currently I am using 57% dark chocolate. You can use 70% chocolate as well. This is made with authentic African cocoa beans. So, and it will be come in the chopped format itself. Even if it has melted or set a little bit, you can chop it according to the required size which you want in your cookie. Then chop it and add it in it. Keep small amount of chocolate to again put it on the cookie dough before putting it in the baking. Here I'm going to take 80% of the chocolate and mix it in the dough. You can see our dough has come together very properly and all the choco chip has been evenly distributed. Now we will put this dough in refrigerator for around 20 to 30 minutes and let it set. Then before putting it in the baking, we will scoop it and put it in our baking tray. So I will be just putting it in the refrigerator and moving on to the next part of the workshop. So now our both cookie dough are ready and setting in refrigerator. We made our sugar cookie dough earlier, so it would be set by now. So now we will start rolling it. Let me show you which all equipments which I showed you in Amazon Live I'll be using to roll it and bake it. This is a rolling mat which I already show you in the Amazon Live. You can order it for yourself. If you have missed out in Amazon Live, check out the link below and you can directly watch to the Amazon Live and order this one for yourself. And I will be using rolling pin. If you are just a beginner and you have never tried with the baking rolling pin or this one, you can use a regular rolling pin at your home and use cling film. Put the dough between the two cling film layers, and then you can start rolling it and then remove cling film and cut it. Here I will be using this C cutters to give our sugar cookie shape. But before that, let's roll our cookie dough. Here is our cookie dough. We'll just mess it with hands a little bit. And then use rolling pin to thin out the cookie dough. We'll be rolling it to 1/4 inch of thickness, so it doesn't feel too heavy or too sweet when you bite into it. One more thing I want to share, that you can use this recipe for making cookie decorations on your cakes as well. You can use this same recipe to make your tart shells as well. Many times you would have seen that tart shells are made with the crumbing method, where you put butter and sugar and flour together and crumb it together. But you can follow this method. It will be very easy and convenient for you to start if you are making it for the first or second time for yourself. So this is a very easy and convenient method to do it. Then once you are equipped with it, you can do crumbing method as well. So here, once my dough is rolled, I will take the cookie cutters. Here I have whale and this octopus, star. Okay, let's take one small fish as well. Just simply press it and slowly remove it. See how smoothly it has been made. Now we'll do same with star. Now I will transfer this cookies to a baking tray. Here I have a silver on a aluminum tray, so I will be directly putting our rolled and cut cookies on this and put it for the baking. I will be using this scraper to lift my cookies. See how easily I could pick up this cookie? See how beautiful it looks. Put it on a baking tray. Here you just need to work with light hands and your work will be done very easily. Okay, now again you can put this two together and cut other cookies as well. Just bind it a little bit together and roll it. If required, you can dust this rolling pin a little bit with flour. Now let's cut other two shapes. One is dolphin. Slowly pick it up. And then other is octopus. Okay, at the small areas, just make sure that it doesn't break. If it does, you can just again roll it and cut it again. Use small tools to put the dough at the its original place and not lift it up. Here, I will remove our dolphin. An octopus. Now, again, we will put this cookies in refrigerator to set. So once we put it in the oven, it will not spread at all and it will hold its shape and the finishing would be same once it is baked. We will just bake it until the edges are golden in color or golden brown in color and center is completely white and flat. Okay, so I will again put it in refrigerator and move on to our next part. I will just clear this table and we will start with making our royal icing. Before moving on to the making royal icing, we will just scoop out our choco chip cookies and keep that well as well for baking. So once we are ready with our royal icing, our both cookies will be baked. So let's scoop our choco chip cookies. Here I have freezed choco chip cookie dough. Now you can do two ways. One, you can use this scooper which I showed you in the Amazon Live. You can just scoop it and put it on your baking mat. Or else, if you want to make a similar but same size, this is for the 70 ml, so it is a little bit bigger. If you want to make it around 50-55 grams only, then you can just make a bowl of it, take weight, and then put it on your baking tray. So let's just scoop it and place it. I am filling it only 75%. So I will have medium size of cookies. Okay, you can see how beautiful this looks. Now we will just put few chunks of choco chip to it. If you have bake oven, you can bake both the cookies together at 170 degrees Celsius. Chocolate chip cookies will take around 15 to 17 minutes to bake, whereas this sugar cookies will take around 10 to 12 minutes to bake. Just keep an eye on the timer so you don't overbake it or make it brown in taste, and this should be baked at 80 to 90%. So keep it soft from the center, so you will have that chewy texture. Now we will put this both cookies for baking. Now we will be making royal icing for our sugar cookies. We'll be using primary icing sugar. Save it before you use it. Then we'll use small amount of vinegar. You can also use lemon juice. It will give extra glows, and it will also increase the shelf life of our uh, royal icing. And we'll use small amount of water to bind this icing sugar and make our pipeable royal icing. So first I will add small amount of vinegar and start whisking it. Always remember, you need to have the patience while you are making royal icing, because it's bit tricky. If you add little more amount of water, then it will be completely ruined, and you will be have to again start the process by adding more amount of sugar. So go slow and have patience. Keep whisking while you are making royal icing. We don't want to make it too thick or too thin. We want to make it in pipeable consistency. Probably we have reached the stage. We just need to mix it little more to get that smooth and shiny texture. You can see the consistency has become pipeable. Now we will divide it into two halves, so I can show you how you can color this royal icing as well. Okay. So I will take 50% of it in different bowl. Here I'm using blue color. You can use watercolor for coloring your royal icing. You can also use gel color, whichever is available at your place. You can easily use it. You can see how beautiful this color looks, and it's so glossy and shiny. Now we will fill it in piping bag. Now we will fill blue color royal icing in another piping bag. You must have seen these piping bags in our previous Amazon live session. If you have not seen it, you can click on the link in description and buy this piping bags for yourself. You can use scraper as well to get all your royal icing at the bottom. We have our royal icing ready. Now, by this time, our cookies, sugar cookies have been baked. We will take our sugar cookies. You can see how beautiful this looks. See, it has not rised at all. It has been flat completely. You can also see there is a light golden brown color at the bottom and edges. Every cookie has been baked properly and perfectly. It has been cooled as well. We will transfer it into the cooling rack for decorating it with royal icing. Here I will show you with one cookie so you have a clear idea. Next, we'll be moving forward with our choco chip cookie. You can use different colors. You can also use different shapes to decorate these cookies. Make a small tiny hole. Make sure there is no air bubble. You can check it out in another bowl. The thickness is enough. See? We'll do same with our blue color royal icing. So it is also perfectly pipeable. Now first I will start with white color royal icing. Always pipe edges first so your royal icing don't slip off from the cookie. You can see how glossy it is, how beautiful it sets on the cookie. Keep it at room temperature for 2 to 3 minutes. If you're working in air conditioning room, it will set quickly. Once it sets, we will apply second color. As I said, we will start with the borders first. And then slowly start filling inside. Make sure to not leave any spaces. You can see how beautiful this looks. Again, if you are working at the in the air conditioning room, it will set quickly in 2 to 3 minutes. You can use black color, uh, edible black color, or you can make black color royal icing to make eyes and more detailing to it. Now I keep this up to your creativity, and we will move forward. Before moving forward, I have a crazy good offer for you. If you are a home baker, you must be making cakes. But many a times you would have failed in baking cakes. Sometimes your cake keeps raw from the center or it gets cracked on the top. If you are willing to make a topsy-turvy cake or 2 to 3 tier cake, you might facing difficulties that your sponge doesn't stays in proper shape and it sunks down. So I am here with a solution. I have brought you an ebook which is made with professional recipes. If you want eggless recipes for this sponge, it got all of them. But if you are looking for egg recipes, it also got all of them. And you know what all recipes are included in this ebook? It includes vanilla sponge, chocolate sponge, red velvet sponge, marble sponge, and even dragon sponge. All these 5 recipes are available in egg and eggless versions. So total 10 recipes in an ebook. And along with that, you get troubleshooting. So if you have faced issues like cracking on the cake or sunken cakes, then there is a detailed explanation on what may have gone wrong, on how you can rectify it to make your sponge perfect. Because in baking, you just don't need to make things right, you need to make it perfect, and you need every time perfect sponge for your cakes. And this offer is available for you guys at only 444 rupees. So each recipe, total 10 recipes, at one recipe you will just get at the price of less than 50 rupees. You get this beautiful vanilla sponge recipe, chocolate sponge recipe, red velvet, marble, and jacon sponge recipe at the minimal price of less than 50 rupees. And whole combined book is available at just 444 rupees for you guys. So don't wait and order your ebook Crazy Good Cakes for yourself. Link is available in the description of this video. Here our Chocochip cookies are ready. You can see how beautiful our Chocochip cookies look. It's chunky, it's gooey from center, and it has golden edges from the sides and bottom is properly baked. Let's break one cookie and see. And see how delicious this looks. So this was our cookie workshop where we learned sugar cookies along with royal icing and how you can color it and use to decorate your cookies. This sugar cookies recipe just not can be used for the cookies, but you can also use it to decorate your cakes. You can also use it to make your tart shells with this same recipe. Also, we learned eggless choco chip cookie recipe, which is chunky, chewy, and chocolatey at the same time. So I will see you in next live session. But before that, do let me know what you would like to see in our coming up workshop. Until then, good night. Take care.